my name is Jim and I'm here today to tell you all about this class-leading RX350. Since this vehicle was launched in 1999, Lexus engineers came up with this radical new concept called the hybrid platform, which combined the best of vehicle and SUV type attributes to produce this hybrid platform, which basically set the bar and changed the entire industry. And since then, the RX has gone through an evolutionary process, which at the time was considered a revolutionary process. Let's talk about some of the standard features on the class-leading 2012 RX350, such as the torque-activated all-wheel drive system, which can enable the vehicle to either perform as a front-wheel drive when no all-wheel drive system is necessary on a dry road surface, or when it is necessary, it can transfer power to the rear wheels as the torque system demands it. And this basically provides best-in-class fuel economy and of course gives you maximum traction when necessary. Other standard features include the new L-Finesse design, which is now being incorporated throughout the lineup. This helps the vehicles cut through the wind better, lower the coefficient drag, and thus improve fuel economy. Standard heated windshield, which heats the lower part of the windshield area here to prevent the blades from sticking on those cold winter days. Standard integrated signal lamps built into the mirrors. Excellent safety feature, great for visibility from far away when you're taking a turn, thus improving safety as well. Notice how its L-Finesse design carries right to the rear of the vehicle and incorporates its new clean look right into the rear glass area as well. You'll find the rear wiper no longer at the bottom of the window, but tucked underneath the rear spoiler to protect it from all the elements. The 3.5 V6, which comes standard on the 2012 RX350, produces 275 horsepower and has a combined fuel efficient rating of 10 liters per 100 kilometers, best in class. You'll also note some of the easy access ports that they've built here to boost a battery if you need to, and our engine coolant over here. Dipstick for your oil, and of course our brake fluid as well. Your washer fluid, which gives you nice, easy access and provides a clean look even underneath the hood of the vehicle. By simply moving the toggle on our steering wheel up or down, we can change what we see on the display screen from things like our average liters per 100, which also displays the temperature outside the vehicle underneath, to our average speed, still showing the outside temperature underneath, our cruising range, what we can expect to get on a full tank of gas, with our outside temperature underneath, and of course you can blank the screen completely out if you like. There's a second page of information that allows us to turn on and off our optional park sensors, and turn on our electronically controlled transmission for the snow mode on or off, and turn on or off our adaptive front lighting system. Those are the auto steering headlights. With our standard auto up-down windows for front and rear, our standard window lockout protection, and of course our lock and unlock features. Our left and rear adjustments for our mirrors, and our optional auto folding mirrors, which comes on our ultra premium packages. Our conveniently located extra cup holder. Our standard feature headlamp washers. Our optional power rear door opener, and of course our fuel release as well. And our cluster light adjustment, where you can brighten or dim it from here. Our memory seating for 3 passengers, which allows you to program your seat position, your steering wheel, and your side view mirrors as well. Our easy touch power tilt and telescoping steering, which tilts away automatically every time you shut off your car. Here we have our automatic headlight system, which turn on and off automatically as they sense light. Our new auto high beam feature, which can automatically detect when the high beams need to be turned on or off. We also have our available heads-up display, which allows the driver to see from the comfort of his windshield the speed they're traveling, volume and audio adjustments from changing your channels to adjusting the volume on your steering wheel, and directional input from your navigation system as well. Our heads-up display buttons here, which allow us to turn on or off our heads-up display or switch it from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. Our dimmer or darkener, okay, where you can adjust the lighting of the heads-up display, and we can move the image up or down for people with various heights. Our standard 6-disc single-feed CD player with all the modes located underneath. And with our optional Real Touch and simply going into our menu, we can also control all our modes. It allows us to control virtually all our features right from the comfort of your hand and all being displayed straight on the screen. You have your audio feature, we have our climate screen, we have our setup screen, which allows us to customize the vehicle, our info and phone screen, which goes into other subscreens like your phone, your fuel consumption screen, your map data, which allows service to update your map data, and your calendar, of course, which allows you to view month to month and your events. And then, of course, we have our destination screen, which allows us to input multiple different ways of putting in a destination. Our climate control features here, which have things like your auto climate control, where you can simply adjust your temperature up or down, and it'll select its own fan speed and its own airflow settings. Or you can have your front defroster set here, your rear defroster, which also heats up your side mirrors. Your mode allows you to manually adjust where the airflow will be coming from. And this is your recirculate button, which can be set to the auto feature again. And with the auto feature on, it'll allow it to basically select its own airflow for fresh or recirculating air. With the weight sensor built into the passenger front seat, it'll select automatically whether the airbag for the passenger comes on or off. Our standard cruise control, which allows you to cancel by pulling it in, reset by tapping it up, set by pressing it down, and the power on-off button is right on the side. Our standard wiper controls, which have automatic rain sensing wipers, which allow you to put it into the auto mode and adjust the sensitivity of the auto. Less white being less sensitive, more white being more sensitive. When it's set to more sensitive, it would require less droplets to hit the windshield for it to start cleaning. And just below we have the low feature and our high feature. O being off, and the little hollow triangle above for a one swipe. Pull towards you to spray. And of course, on the tip, we have our rear control. So when the white indicator is pointing to the O for off, that refers to the rear wiper. The dotted line is the intermittent speed for the rear wiper. The solid line is constant speed for the rear wiper. And then, of course, we can spray our back wiper. Our track off button, which allows us to turn off our traction control, and our center differential lock, which locks up the differential in the center, thus improving four-wheel drive in a very, very difficult situation where you might be stuck. We have our heated and cooled seat features. When it's in the center and the white indicator is pointing to the 0, it's completely off. Red allows us to heat the seat in various modes, 1, 2, and 3, 1 being the least, 3 being the most, and the blue cools your seat, again in varying degrees, for the driver's seat and the passenger seat. Our armrest, which opens, and of course we have lots of deep storage inside with a removable tray and a removable storage box, which allows us to tuck away all our wiring way down deep inside here, preventing clutter from being inside the vehicle. And this is where we have an input for a 12-volt adapter or our USB and auxiliary ports. Extremely large glove box with multi-level storage as well. Our easy access map pockets with bottle holders built inside. Our open and close for our power sliding moonroof, which is one touch, and our tilt up down for the same moonroof, which is also one touch. are our sunshades, which are also extendable. And illuminated with a mirror on the back side. More storage for your convenience with another 12-volt adapter as well. We have rear seat heater ducts built underneath each of the two front seats, 3 ports, and of course we even have our center ventilation as well. The Smart Key comes with manual controls like our lock button, unlock, trunk opener, and panic button. But it's also a Smart Key, which basically means you can keep the key with you in your pocket or your purse, and it'll allow all the vehicle functions to work properly, from locking the car to unlocking the car to starting it and shutting it off. So to open the door handle with the Smart Key system, simply by keeping the key with you and having it within a 1 meter proximity, we simply pull this door handle and it unlocks the door. When we're closing our door and we're exiting our vehicle, we simply press our finger right on the door handle here, and that locks the car with one press. When I lock, you'll see the lights blink one time and you'll get a single beep as well. So unlock, double blink, double beep, lock, single beep, single blink. One of the other great features about the Smart Key is that it will never allow the driver to lock his key or her key inside the cabin. As you'll notice, once the key is placed in the cabin and we try and lock the car, we get an alert telling us that the key has been left inside the cabin. Once we take it out, now it will allow us to lock the car simply by pressing the lock button once, and now the vehicle will lock. Our audio controls, which allow you to adjust your volume from the comfort of your steering wheel, your mode, which allows you to change from AM to FM to satellite to USB to auxiliary or to CD, and our preset stations, which we can control from the steering wheel as well. Our optional audio controls for the Ultra Premium 2 package, which has a 100 watt, 120 volt adapter built in here with RCA cables as well, in case your children want to plug in their Xbox or Nintendos in the back, with volume controls for their headsets as well. The optional rear DVD entertainment system includes the dual screens, which allow us to view movies in the rear seat with our wireless headsets. Excellent feature when the parents want to listen to their own audio music in the front and the children want to watch their movies or play with their entertainment systems in the rear. Optional side view camera, which assists the driver with parking and being able to see better on the passenger side. The optional backup camera allows the driver to get a very comfortable wide-angle view of all objects behind him before proceeding, with our optional rear park sensors. Telling us exactly when to stop, and a live view of our bumper in relation to the other bumper we're about to touch. One of my personal favorite features of the RX350 is the multifunctional back seat. We have seats that can adjust forward or back, just like the front ones do. We have seats that can recline back for a long trip where you can get more comfortable. We also can do the same with the other side here. And we have the 40-20-40 split, where we can flip down the little 20 in the center, allowing for skis or long objects to run down the center of the vehicle. Notice how there's no hump in the middle on the floor here, which makes it very comfortable for a passenger sitting in the middle. In addition to the driver's button, which controls the power rear door, and on the key as well, we can also manually open the door by simply lifting the door. Inside our trunk area, we have our tonneau cover, which can cover all our valuables when we'd like it to, and additional privacy, where you can clip these behind the rear seats, which can also give us better coverage for our valuables. We have 3 lights that light up the trunk area in the back, which can be left on, and when the door closes, they shut off automatically. Our handles, which allow us to release the rear seats and allow them to fold down flat without having to walk around the side, and giving us maximum cargo capacity. When Lexus redesigned the RX350 for 2010, they took into account the glare that people get from their display screens and thus designed it with a nice deep display so that the sun cannot reach it, and thus giving you much better visibility while driving. With the easy touch system that Lexus has designed, it has made the most user-friendly navigation system ever made for any manufacturer. By simply pressing our menu button and getting into our subscreens, we can start with the destination and look at the various ways to input a destination. Starting with the address. Anytime you see anything that's highlighted with a green box, that means you can hit the enter button on the side of the remote touch station here. Once we get into the address, we can select the search area down below, which lets us choose which area we'll be traveling to. Okay, perhaps it could be a spot in the United States, or we can scroll down with the down arrow where we now have Canada highlighted here, and then we press OK on the bottom right, which now allows us to input any destination anywhere in Canada. We can start by street address. It asks us for the house number. And it has a predictive text, so as you input an address, it will find the address for us. It'll give us the estimated time to get to our destination and the distance. Once we're ready to go, we press OK.
Please proceed to the highlighted route, then
and we'll get full step-by-step instructions all the way to our destination. Here we have our voice command button, which allows us to give voice commands to the vehicle. Up here with our standard Bluetooth connection, which allows us to pair up to 4 phones to the vehicle, we can answer our calls from here and hang up from over here. Our Bluetooth wireless connection is very seamless. As we're driving along, we can simply press the phone answer button, which takes us into our phone screen, and then we can simply choose from our contacts by voice command, or we can have preset speed dials as well. We'd have to go in through our contacts to select one of the speed dials. When the car is not being driven, we can actually manually input phone numbers from this screen, or we can dial directly from our handset, which allows it to dial straight in through the unit. It would automatically shut off the music, and you would talk hands-free through the vehicle. You can simply dial a phone number and hit the phone button on the bottom right, which dials direct. And
Welcome to Directory Assistant.
You can control the volume from your screen, or you can control the volume from your steering wheel on the left side of the steering wheel where you have the volume up-down button. When we're in mid-conversation and we're about to park the vehicle, we can simply transfer the call to our handset by hitting Call Transfer and continue our phone call seamlessly on our handset as we exit the vehicle. Once you enter the vehicle again and you restart it, you will notice that it will automatically repair as soon as you enter the vehicle. Look for the Bluetooth connection successful message indicating that your phone is now paired. And you will see that every day you enter and start your vehicle. One of the other nice features you'll find once you're in your menu using your remote touch is entering the audio screen and the audio features. You can select from the tabs up top, which allow you to select from AM to FM to satellite, CD or DVD, Bluetooth, which allows us to stream music wirelessly from our phones, or auxiliary and USB, where we can plug in our iTouches or iPods. Other features include our climate control screen, which take us into our climate screen, showing us what the unit is presently doing, which is changing the airflow or the fan speed, or allowing us to turn on and off our air conditioning at the bottom left, or on the bottom right, our feature which activates our heated windscreen. The setup screen, which allows you to get into various subscreens here and allows you to do further customization to your vehicle. RX350 also comes standard with four-wheel disc brakes, which are ventilated in the front, and also comes standard with safety features such as electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, all designed with giving you the best braking system in class. Also, we have our new standard LED rear brake lights, which will illuminate from a greater distance and allow better safety. Available features such as the rear park sensors, which you'll notice here on this model, and of course things like the available power rear door, which is an excellent convenience feature. The RX350 comes standard with 10 airbags, that's best in class, which employs multi-stage airbags, which allow the vehicle to quickly detect the speed the vehicle is traveling and how close your seat is to the steering wheel before it deploys the airbag accordingly. Standard front knee airbags, which cushion our knees in a front impact collision. Even with our seatbelts on, the knees can still make their way into the dash, and thus the knee airbag system is a great feature to prevent any damage from happening to your knee area. Our side airbag systems are the best in the world. They deploy out of the stitching of the seat here, which protects our body from our shoulder right down to our hip. And then of course up top here we have a curtain airbag that cushions our head and keeps glass from shattering into our face. You also have the exact same protection for the rear passenger as well. When adults are sitting in the back, of course, they have a 3-point belt. And for children, we have this clever little comfort guide, which basically allows us to put the seatbelt through the comfort guide, and it positions the seatbelt much lower on the neckline for children. The general feeling one gets when driving the 2012 RX350 is one of genuine comfort, extreme stability and safety, and just an ultimately quiet ride. Everything you'd expect from the class leader in the SUV's luxury market. When taking turns, you just really get the sense that the vehicle has its feet well planted on the ground. When looking at the 2012 RX350, from what I like to call the package, from the point of fuel economy, safety, ergonomics, quietness of ride, and just the overall package, fuel efficiency, aerodynamics, and styling, there really is nothing that surpasses the RX350 in this class.